It is 5:16, and we will call this meeting to order. It's been determined that we do have a quorum present with Debbie, Cottrell, Crystal, Erica, and myself. So the first item on the agenda is to review and approve the minutes and financials from the May meeting. Has everyone had a chance to review those, and do we have any questions, concerns, comments? If there's no questions or concerns, do we have a motion to approve the minutes and financials as they are? Thank you, Cottrell. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Crystal. We will move on to the next item on the agenda, which is okay. Are we all in approval? Thank you. Are we all in approval? Say aye.
Aye.
And no oppositions. Thank you. We will move forward to our next item on the agenda, the farmers market. All right, the next item on the agenda is a farmer's market. Anetta, do you want to have any discussions for the farmer's market? I'll go on it. Do you have anybody on this Saturday? I'll go on and take this Saturday. Did we ever get the application for Watermelon Man?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, especially if she volunteered this time. If she volunteered this time, I definitely suggest to maybe go on and ask and see if she wants to for.
And her husband also plays the guitar.
So either if they want to team up or.
Well, they won't be able to team up because they have 3 small children.
Okay.
Somebody has to watch the kids.
Team up or tag team or whatever. I meant tag teaming or whatever. So maybe go on and ask them if you have that contact
Okay.
information.
I'll sit there.
All right. October events and future events. Anetta, you're going to take the floor on this one? is this in conjunction with what the chamber does for new people, or where are you getting your list? Okay, so this is not new move-ins, it's visitors to downtown area. Okay, got it, thank you.
And it was like I think we called it a chamber mixer, and it was so much fun. We did a few of them. I wish we still did those, honestly. They're at the Arts Alliance. So fun. Good idea.
Do I have to hold it?
If the green light's not on, you're talking into it silently.
I don't like these. Anyway, as I was saying, we would serve light refreshments and things, and we might look at having it at the Arts Alliance because it is a bigger room than this room. But I thought that would be a good thing. I intended to do it before August, but life has happened, so I haven't been able to get to that. I'm also meeting with civic leaders and chairmen of other organizations in order to get an idea of what they've got on their calendars, so we can post it on our city website. We've got a calendar area where we can post all those things, activities going on in Main Street. I'm ordering a traveling trophy for our December's window decorating contest. And I have an idea for September. I've spoken to one or two people. Actually, my husband came up with this idea. He was in Mountain View, Arkansas, and there's a group of just people that gather up on their plaza or square area, and they have a picking and grinning session. They just sit there and they play instruments. Whoever has one comes up and they play, sing, whatever. And I thought if we could do Saturdays in September, we would have 3 Saturdays after Labor Day, and just put the word out to people we know that are musicians to say, hey, this is what we'd like to see from 7 to 9 on Saturday nights on the plaza. Are you interested in coming up? And that would bring a lot of life downtown. It would also help our businesses because you know they're going to go eat or they're going to shop if they're open. And then people are going to hang around and listen. And depending on how well it goes, we might want to do that over into October till it gets too cool for us.
You might consider backing the time, especially given the age range that typically a lot participate in that. Earlier. 6 to 8 or something, because
Well, I was thinking more 7 to 9 because it was going to be a little cooler probably at 7 than it would at 6.
People that are going to go sit and watch that aren't going to drive at night.
Well, that's true. We could do it at 6. It's no problem.
a lot of our patient population is that age range that would be participating in.
And this would be, they wouldn't practice, they wouldn't do anything. They'd get up there and all play together and do all of that. I think it would be fun. October, we have Country Fest that the Key Club puts on. That's, I believe, October 8th. We have a new Lions Club, and they're going to be doing vision screening tests. And I would like for the board to assist them in any way. Potentially, they'll be setting up here in City Hall. And so we'll be in here. It'd be a great way to get your volunteer hours and be a service project for our board. And then October 29th, I talked to Ginger Trampus today at 6 o'clock. It's the Halloween trick or treat. It's going to be in conjunction with the community events group. Right now, they've got it scheduled at, or they're thinking of Little Creek Park is where they'll set all that up. And then those businesses uptown that want to just do it uptown, they're okay with that too. And I thought, because I know City hands out candy, and I thought if Main Street handed out candy, or if there were enough of us that were interested in working the little booth space, we might do some type of game or something, or activity with them. And then in November, I wanted to do some kind of big event, whether it was a ladies' night out or some kind of shopping spree night that would start at the Cultural Arts Center and maybe do like a progressive thing around town.
Jennifer will have one of those if we can get with her. She'll have one. I want to say it's the third Thursday,
Okay.
if not the second Thursday
Okay.
of November.
All right. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. We would need advertising in the newspaper and flyers made up. City Hall has in the past done hot chocolate in the gazebo area or here at City Hall, and we could help with that.
And then are we still talking about ladies' night?
Yes. Where it's kind of cold outside. When that- well, that's
Send them to the job.
yeah. Send them to the Chop House or wherever. There is a potential event with the Historical Association. They're wanting to possibly do a Veterans Day on Saturday after Veterans Day. Not sure yet if that's going to be set in stone yet, but that is a discussion I'm in with them. And then November 26th, the Small Business Saturday. We could do an early Christmas event, or I know that there could potentially be a lot of people in the area. This would also be a good time to hand out welcome information. But that is, I know a lot of businesses hold their own sales. They do specials on the weekend on some of that Small Business Saturday. The Mitten Tree will start on November 1st. We'll start promoting on Facebook. I'll put out flyers. It'll be set up inside here, and it will end at the Christmas parade on December 3rd. For those of you who haven't been here, the Mitten Tree is any donations of gloves, toboggans, or mittens, and we're going to put them on a tree. And then at the end, we will give them to the community and schools that do a Christmas shopping for the families that they support. And I'll get those to them the Monday after the Christmas parade. So if you want to donate, you can start donating now because I've already had some brought to me.
Gloves, hats.
And hats. Then we have December 3rd, the Christmas parade. That's in conjunction with the community events group. We're sponsoring the trailer for announcements that was voted on a couple of months ago. And we'll also need to get a trailer. So if you know anybody who wants to loan us a trailer for that night for announcements.
He knows a guy. And as far as the decoration of the trailer, last year we thought of like a really classy look for it last year. So should we talk about that now or save that?
Yes, that would be great for you to do.
We said we would make the trailer red, like all red. And no, put like a Santa sleigh, like make it very classy red and twinkle lights and Debbie does good at it. I had an idea.
Yes.
We were talking about ladies' night, but then we spoke about Smoky Row night doing something. What if every quarter we did Smoky Row night, where businesses that can serve alcohol, that way men and women can come and you're stamped at the door. It's $10 to be part of it, but that goes to a donation that we pick in our community. And like every quarter we can donate that money for something that might bring a lot of people out. Any business that participates, they stamp them at the door so they know that the next place they go to for their drink, that they've already been stamped and they've done their donation. That's just an idea, but that could be a way to give back in a certain way, and just call it Smoky Row night or something. Just an idea. So.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
That's a good idea. So, because we have several just here within the Main Street area
So
we
a
could
bar
donate
hop
to.
A bar hop type thing?
Smoky Row night, and people know, oh, it's Smoky Row night. We can go to each business that serves alcohol, get, a drink, whether it's beer or wine, but that donation goes for a cause.
So are they getting, other than the organization being benefited, is that the purpose of the donation?
You know,
Okay, so it's a give back, but are they,
dollar, minimum, but if you want to give more for that organization, then they can do.
and are they getting, other than the satisfaction of donation?
Well, they're getting a drink, or wherever is being recognized for being protected. It's like a donation on our end.
Are you just gonna put like tables out there?
Whoever serves alcohol, I can't talk in this. Whoever can serve alcohol, if they want to participate, they can. So we can have a special, at Chop House that night, and people can come in and donate their $10, and they know that each business they get a free drink, and it can be like 4 ounces, or something. But it's just a way to get people out and to donate for whatever cause that we're giving back.
Okay.
And we could have live music in the
give them a drink ticket with their $10. They use it whoever's restaurant they went to.
Yeah, and maybe each restaurant have their own stamp, so they know, hey, I've been to Chop House, I've been to Sivo's, I've been to ML, and stamp their hand. Everybody have their own, so they know that they're at their drink minimum.
Okay, just to clarify, they pay the $10 donation, let's say to Chop House.
restaurant.
Okay, let's say they come into Chop House first. They get their card, y'all stamp it, collect the $10, and then they take that card, and that is guaranteed a free drink at the other
Well,
participating restaurants.
yes,
One free drink.
at each restaurant.
Right, okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
For 10
Ex-
I'd bump it up.
It could be 20. I'm just saying. I'm just sitting here thinking, what is a way we could do something quarterly that doesn't require a lot of prep? Yeah. And it's just a way to get people out here. There's somebody live on the square singing that night. It just brings people out in the community, and maybe, I don't know, people want to donate to whoever. They're like, oh, I love that cause. I'm going to donate $100.
Well, we've got several.
Exactly.
Like I said, we've got the hub that needs work. We can donate to our firefighters because they're always needing. We also have
So the
the
business
city
is
dog
donating
pound
and
that needs
the-
help.
I mean, I'm trying to think if they pay the money here and then they go over there and get a free drink, then
The money's coming here,
money.
I think that's what she's saying. That would be like.
but yeah, that's what she's saying, is the
Yeah,
money
I mean,
would
we
come
wouldn't
back
have our
to-
best wine out there. We would do a. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, a draft beer or whatever, but yeah, that's part of the restaurant's participation, but that money
So maybe
goes.
there's a place they get their ticket and then they just visit whoever.
That could be, yeah.
Like a mutual place,
Like
yeah.
Like a
neutral.
central.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the best.
You know, that might be the first, we could start that October 1st. That could be the October 1st deal. Just email me all the details.
Full that doesn't require a lot of setup. It's fun.
Latrell and Erica can set up their table on the square. It's after dark.
Well, again, I was just thinking, yes, volunteer hours, but each restaurant could have a ticket. And anyway, that's just an idea. It could be worked out, details.
It, probably to make it easier, it'd be easier for them to go to one specific area first, say, okay, we'll start at
Or if
5B Burger, and then go.
then each restaurant could be, or each restaurant could be responsible every quarter for this is where you start to get your ticket. And the next quarter, it's another restaurant.
That way it would almost guarantee a business at that first point.
Yeah. That way they'd each have a chance at that. I like that idea. So is that something you would like to do for the October 1st?
It goes with our Smoky Row concept, but
Yeah.
we're not having to bring vendors
to
in. And we
ABC
could always
and all
add
that.
each quarter, maybe, I don't know, if we have time to add something to it, that's great. And if not, it's still a fun concept.
I think it's a fun concept. I think it'll work.
Buildable.
Yeah, exactly.
We can start small and build. Okay, if you'll email all those details to me, I'll get it all typed up. So the next meeting, we can present that and get a list of who's gonna volunteer, who's gonna approach the,
We're gonna need samples next.
okay, yeah. Okay, after we get the Christmas parade, of course, we'll need volunteers to help decorate the trailer and potentially help out at the park, because that's where they're all gonna end up. I think they're planning fireworks if we're not under a burn ban and all of that. And I don't know what else they're planning down there, because that's their event, not ours.
They stay up here. They stay up here and whoever sets the fireworks is
Okay,
Down there before you send people down.
okay,
It's a liability to have people down there.
okay, well, I misunderstood her, though. I was thinking that,
They all
okay,
hang out up here and she usually
And
has.
like the trailers go down that main street or something.
okay. Well, then I misunderstood her on that. I apologize.
Because you can see them from way down Kaufman Street.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of keep everybody out of the park. They don't want anybody going down there.
Okay. I'll clarify that with her. We're also sponsoring, that we agreed on in May, about the window decorating contest for Main Street. Chamber's going to do for outside the Main Street area. They'll be given a traveling trophy. So that means every year they'll pass it on to the next person. And the theme this year is the Grinch in Whoville. And they would like to see, to put a plug in the business's mind right now, some green lights. You can decorate however you want to, but they'd like to see green lights or a green spotlight to kind of get the kids excited and all of that. So that's an idea.
If you haven't already ordered that, I can donate that trophy.
Okay, I'll talk to you later on that. January, usually people are pretty out of money and they're laid back, and that's their chill month. So I didn't have anything planned for January, but I have a new friend. I've met this lady, and she is willing to volunteer, and one of the things that she mentioned doing was a Valentine tea. She said she had all the teacups and all of that. So that's a possibility for around Valentine's Day to do some kind of tea. She mentioned a chocolate tea, so I haven't really nailed her down on exactly what all that is entailing. But
Where would that be held at?
it would have to be held at the Arts Alliance.
Thought was like the Mount Vernon house. Like, how sweet would that be to do something like that at a nursing home? That would be so sweet. If that was not necessarily our group.
Right. And these are some ideas that I'm just popping out that I've come up with. yeah.
They got a huge roof, common area too.
Yes.
And they, with those ladies, my grandmother is in an assisted living in Keller, and they have happy hour. And she goes and has like an ice cream sundae. She doesn't drink. Because I'm going to happy hour.
Especially if we could find cute little hats that they could wear and stuff. But I would like to do in March, and my new friend is willing to volunteer to help organize this too, along with us. A spring fling, which would be all of the dress shops, the boutiques. A long time ago, we did the fashion shows. And they charged for them to come in, and you had simple refreshments. You could have wine, you could have punch, you could have tea and teacups or whatever. And then I thought we'd have someone like Chad Wardrop to do the emceeing, not to volunteer him for anything, but yes, Chad Wardrop. This is another area we could donate proceeds to one of the Main Street charitable organizations that are here around town. And then April, if we do our big beer and wine festival. But we need to start on that now. We don't need to wait on that. So by September, we need to start sending out letters no later than the end of September to get them here. I think we've got a good idea on a concept for that, playing off what we did last year, but just adding the beer to it also. And I think if they have more time, I think we'll have a lot more vendors. We never set a date. I think it was the second weekend in April, but I don't know when Easter is this year. Is that the 8th? So if we could go ahead and set the date, then that would put us a step ahead.
So let's not do the 8th.
We did it the first Saturday, which would be April 1st.
And when is prom? 15th. Okay, so 15th.
And the first is not Pleasant Prom here. And that'll just be people, but not normally just in the evening.
So y'all tell me. And the April 1st might bring more business downtown with the parents and stuff leaving if our business is and everything.
They'll have 300 kids, so there'll be a lot.
Keeping children out of the alcohol?
Well, I think that'll be kind of important, but if you still have stuff.
That's right. Are we saying April 1st for that?
It'll be gone by that point.
Okay, I do have one more thing I want to say. Actually, it's several things. I've got 2 more pages and I'll be done. I just wanted to clarify some things. This is ties in with events, and it ties in with all the reports and stuff that I have to submit and everything. But I wanted y'all to know exactly what my job is and not how it's defined by other people, okay? Because I think there's a lot of misunderstanding. My job is not to work against a business. It's to work with my Main Street businesses and for my Main Street businesses. And that means everybody. It doesn't mean just the restaurants. It doesn't mean just the retail. It means Serenity Healthcare or the Arts Alliance or the Historical Association or my title company here. Any business that's in this Main Street area is my area. Does not mean I have to be in charge of every event that's held downtown here, but it's to assist with whatever's going on down here. I can help with the planning, I can advertise for it, or help with it. You know, it doesn't matter, but it needs to be cohesive. And I'm going to use an example. The last Ladies' Night Out, we had 2 other big groups downtown, and neither of the 3 realized we had something else going on. We had a Rotary Social. The Historical Association had a big meeting. People came in and everything, and they kind of walked around. But we didn't have, and to be honest, I didn't really know about a lot of them to say, hey, I need to get with you to tell them at the Rotary Social that there's Ladies' Night Out going on. I didn't know who to contact at that time for Ladies' Night Out to say, hey, you need to capitalize on these other 2 groups that are here. So we need to kind of know, so I can say, hey, we want to piggyback on that event. That way that brings more business downtown. And one of the main reasons I want to meet with the other organizations, because if they're having a big event, we might want to do something that piggybacks on that. Or the Chop House may want to. If they realize something's going on, you know, if it's on our calendar, they can say, oh, you know, Genealogy's having this huge speaker and stuff, and there's going to be more people downtown. Or the Ladies' Night Out is going on. We may want to do something on the back deck. Do you see what I'm saying? It's got to be cohesive so we can advertise for one another.
I think what you're
Well, right now, I'm trying to get emails of every business owner in town, some of the workers or the owners or whatever. That way, I can send any information to them. I won't be bombarding them with information, but like, I know this event's coming up Saturday, I can email everybody and say, hey, just want you to be aware this is going on downtown on Saturday morning, that sort of thing. Or like the window decorating contest, things like that. And I do have a few, I think I have about 14 I need. I did want to explain about the THC. When I asked for the volunteer hours, committee reports, etc., I turn all of that in to the Texas Historical Commission. And those reports tell the THC and National Main Street America that we are doing what is required to be a Main Street city. And the Main Street designation exists because of those 2 groups. I also have to tell them it's not just volunteer hours. I also have to tell them about businesses opening and closing, any renovations, rehabilitations, new builds, costs on all of that, events that are bringing people to our downtown area. I have to send pictures of all of these renovations and new builds, event flyers, promotions on Facebook, websites with all these reports. And they want to know everything that's going on to show revitalization, preservation, and economic vitality. They also help us keep our accreditation. And with that accreditation, the city is able to apply for grants, such as the sidewalk grant that's so beneficial to our downtown area. For those of us who've been here a while, that's amazing to see these sidewalks because they were so poor beforehand. But that gives the city the ability to apply for those grants. That sidewalk grant goes every 2 years. We should be eligible again to apply in 2023. So they've got to decide where they're going to try to do the next sidewalks stuff. And then I want to address the city's role in Main Street. It's through the budget set up by the city that we get our money to do the things that we do. It's a kind of a separate department, but I'm under the city purview, and we still have to follow all the city ordinances and things like that. I've also applied for HOT funds, which is the hotel motel funds, to assist with the Main Street budget for events, special promotions, and advertising. I applied through the city, and then the city council reviews all the applications that are submitted to them, and then they distribute accordingly whatever amount they want to give to them. And I missed the county HOT fund application. I missed the deadline for that, so I wasn't able to do that. So I'm not sure yet how much or if we're going to get anything, but it was applied for. The city also has a new website, and that's where all of our other websites will be transitioning to, is under the Main Street tab on the city website. And then my goal is to transition all the Facebook pages to one Facebook page instead of having 3 or 4. So that's basically it. Are there any questions?
No questions, but I will comment, and it kind of is a good leadway into this next section. Part of the stuff that she's doing also relies on committee reports. We have the pandemic kind of put a slow down on a lot of those meetings for the committees, but we do need to get in the habit of at least having a committee meeting on potentially a quarterly basis, with showing activity at each of the meetings. I myself will have been at fault for not doing my particular committee reports each and every time it's been, oh, there's nothing, no updates here. We need to, for the sake of the Texas Historical Association, Association, okay. We do need to get back into a habit of doing those meetings and providing reports. Each meeting that we have, and like I said, you can have meetings as often as you want, but a good guideline out there is at least once quarterly, and being able to report on those activities and discussions that were kind of had, discussions, ideas, thoughts, etc. So if we can have a way of, if we can all be mindset of getting back into the habit of doing those. I know all of us, including myself, are new to the Main Street Board, so we don't have as much of a guidance panel as we've had in the past. But part of that was having quarterly meetings to kind of, the organization, what can we do, what is the roles of the organization committee, and what can we do to uphold those roles. Economic vitality, which is one I'm on, what can we do to promote the economic vitality of downtown? Meet to discuss ideas. No decisions are made at those meetings. And you can have as many volunteers outside of the board as you want, with no more than 4 board members at those meetings, without having to do Open Meetings Act reporting. So, and like I said, you can do as many subcommittees as you want. Again, no decisions until you actually come to the board and actually talk about those, give a report, and have decisions that need to be voted on, or decisions that need to be made during that process. Does that kind of help? Annette and I have been talking off and on regarding this and the specific needs of the THC or A? What's C? Commission. Okay, thank you. Association, corporation, commission.
And be sure to keep up with all of your volunteer hours, like meetings count. So if you're meeting with a group and you're discussing your committee report or whatever, keep up with those hours, because I turn those in quarterly. We had 309 volunteer hours turned in because I could count the wine festival as all of us that worked that wine festival. I could count those. So be sure and keep up with those minutes.
If you spend time putting together committee minutes, all of that stuff, that all counts. So if you spend time putting together sample flyers to use for something, that counts. So all right, so that leading into the same section, do we have any committee reports?
Well, we had Gay, who met with the little girl about the murals. She met with me on that.
Perfect.
So
There's
we do have
our
that.
design report. Any other reports from the organization, economic vitality or promotions?
Just that we're doing the bags, the welcome bags too.
Perfect.
22nd, correct?
Yes, if possible.
Second.
Speaking of organization, where are we opening wise? Are we full on our board? Is our board full?
Missing any numbers.
Okay, that's what I was asking. And attendance wise, are we good on meeting those guidelines?
You and I probably need to discuss that for the next meeting.
All right, manager update. Did you, all of your spill, did you include some of that?
No, I have something exciting.
All right, let's go for that.
The Glove Factory is going to be nominated for the Texas Downtown Award, which means it's going to be in the section of renovation and rehabilitation. And we're trying to get all the pictures together so I can get all the submission letter written and all of that. And also, the cottages at the Glove Factory are going to be nominated for new construction. This is a huge award for our Texas downtown. So, in the past, the Emporium has won, ML Edwards has won. I do have 2 buildings that are renovating for next year. The Chop House is, and so is Lindsay's, Dirt and Diamonds. So that'll be another plug for next year. So I'm excited that we're getting to nominate this year. So congratulations, Crystal.
I actually have a couple little things talking about events. October 8th, that's Country Fest. The evening, if everybody's been to Country Fest, everybody's been up here. If you've worked it, you know about 3:30 it's just dead. Everybody's gone. They are done. But also that weekend, and used to have the restaurant on the square, it would be busy because there's tons of people come into town for Country Fest. A lot of class reunions happen that Saturday night. We had a cancellation of our wedding on that Saturday, so we decided we are just booked every single weekend, so we thought let's do something fun. So that Saturday night of Country Fest, I don't know if y'all know it, but I've talked with Stephanie, and I think I'm partnering with the Chop House. And we're going to have a dueling piano night at the Glove Factory. And the Chop House is going to do the alcohol, and the loading dock's going to have food for sale, and we're going to sell tickets, and I think it'll be really good. We're using a company out of Chicago, and I think it's going to be really, really cool. So that's going to be just something kind of fun and different, and they only perform for 2 hours, but there will be time befores and afters, and so I think there'll be a lot of business, restaurants, and, you know, come up, have a nice dinner, go get some entertainment. And I think the hours of the actual show maybe are 8 to 10, 7 to 9, something like that. Yeah. But we'll be open down there for 4 hours, and they DJ a little bit before, a little bit after, so that'll be fun. That's exciting. There was another one, October 8th. So it's Country Fest, but it won't start until in the evening. There was something else. I can't remember the other thing. Oh, Small Saturday. Kevin Cannon from the Horse Flea. He's got a partner out of Paris, Hugo kind of area, and I cannot remember her name, Stephanie maybe? And they do the Pinkalicious Horse Flea. And they've always done it at an event center somewhere, I think, north of Paris. Have you ever been to it?
Yeah.
Okay, so a huge event. Well, they have decided to do it at the Glove Factory this year on Small Saturday. So there'll be 80 vendors is what their goal would be, 80 vendors. It'll be from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. They will put every dollar into advertising. So they're expecting 1,000 spectators that come to it. And people come from all over. And if you've just been to his one, the whole street is full. I mean, and it's in the middle of nowhere, and it's like packed. You can't even get down the road. So it will be, and they will advertise the heck out of it, and they have a following. So very high quality vendors. It'll be fun. They will have, the theme is the best Christmas pageant ever, and so they will have a fashion show. All the vendors will dress up like a 50s or 60s Christmas party, you know, I don't know. So they'll do a little catwalk kind of thing. There'll be music in the evening hours. So as that starts to, just this week we got the signed contract and the first payment. So it's a go for now, and it's definitely happening. Yeah, it's a go. It's a go. He's advertising it now, so I can talk about it, and it's going to definitely be a thing. So that's an exciting event.
And when is that going to be?
The Saturday after Thanksgiving.
It's going to be November 26th.
So not Black Friday, but then the Saturday's the Shop Small, so that'll be.
So that, and I can send an email to all my businesses and say, hey, this is going on. If you want to stay open late, you know, running these specials, whatever you want to do.
People will be eating, people will be shopping. It'll just be, you know, that'll take so there that they're just going to be looking for somewhere
That
to
might
eat
be
or drink or
something that we kind of piggyback on and suggest to stay open and have hot chocolate or
Oh, yeah.
spiked
I mean, there's
coffee or
all kinds of possibilities with that. That's why I just alluded to could be an event.
eggnog.
Because I knew you said it wasn't. And I was going,
All right, very good. Is there anything else that we're missing? We're almost right at an hour, so it's 6:09. Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make the motion.
A second. Yeah.
We have Crystal and Debbie for a first and second. Do we have any objections? All in favor? Let's out of here. Thank you guys. Appreciate everything you do.